Hello, and we are live. Good evening and greetings from United States of America. Gifty here. Today we have a hot seat that we are going to discuss the most frequent questions that we get all the time from our prospects. So if you happen to watch us, or if you happen to bump up in our videos, you just listen, you like, and then you share to somebody. So the question is, can I, hold on. The question is, do I really need to invest to start? That is the question on board. And the answer is absolutely yes. The truth is, most business require a type of investment, a startup cost, money, education, and tools, and the ability to invest in yourself, put yourself, be consistent, and all that. So, every business that we are talking about, if whether it is traditional business, whether it is an online, anything, it comes with business. This is what I tell people all the time. When people ask me that question, I say, you know what? Have you seen somebody who has gone to fishing without putting something on the hook and expecting to get something? No. There is, of course, investment, but it is not an investment that will break your bank. It is not a traditional business that you have to look for. You have to buy products and store, you have to do inventory, you have to rent a store, you have to pay some money upfront, keep all the inventory. This is not like that. This is a business that you are investing in yourself. You are learning, you are reading, you are doing research, you are giving yourself time to grow consistently. Think about this. The investment that we do in other programs like certification, education, and all that, we put our time in.
Excuse me.
Even if we are going to school to earn a certificate to become somebody or in a different field, whatever field that we are, what do? We invest our time. We invest, we sacrifice. This is how the business is. With the online digital business, there is a business startup, but it is not something huge that you can do it. You do it at your own pace. That what is suitable for you to start with is what you do it. It's not like if you can bring in one, two, three, that is fine. If you can do all, that is fine. But the truth is, you have to learn, show up every day, be consistent and fight for what you want. So if anybody is asking me, is there any business startup? Absolutely yes. But the main important, like what I'm talking about, is to invest in knowledge, invest in reading, invest in the training, the tools, the systems are provided 24/7. But even if you invest and you decide to sit down at your comfort zone, nothing is going to come out. It is like putting a money in a piggy box, and then at the end of the day, if you need something, you put a gum on something, then you grab it. You are eating your own thing. So if you want to come on board, you are more than willing and welcome, and we are here to guide you. So the bottom line is there is an investment, and if you put in the work, success will be guaranteed. But if you don't put in the work, don't expect to get anything. Thank you so much. So the next person that is going to talk about her side also is Gilma.
Hi, good evening, good morning, or good afternoon to wherever part of the country of the world you are. We are live right now and we're going to answer some frequently asked questions. And today's topic is about, do I really need to invest to start online? Well, the answer is definitely yes. And that investment, what are you actually paying for? is the question that I'm going is the topic that I am going to tackle. So it is only 149. Is your startup. It is your way to access to our training and education. It is our payment for our tools to start up the business. There in that tools, you will be hooked up to system network. And there is a step by step training and an education that you have to to learn when you do the training. So that is the only investment that we have. You have to start up. You have to do it. You have to train. You have to get trained. You have to have that step by step guidance and mentorship from our training site. The mentorship is from your mentors. They will mentor you. And the business systems and tools are the most important things that we need to invest on because without it, and it's not a huge investment, it's actually a minimal investment. Anyone can afford it. If if you're not interested after you have paid your first investments, you can actually refund it. But here in this training, when you are trading, you don't invest all your time. You only have to invest like when you are working, you can invest your 2 hours time until you will become used to it and you will become um, good at it. And it's a good one, you know. It's not you're not forced to quit your job here. So whenever you have that, when you access the training site, you can have a mentors to you that you can ask for about the things that you don't understand. And you have, aside from that, mentors, or aside from those guidance that you had, we still have another one. And we have a great support, community and support that helps us and guides us to our training. So that investment is you're actually investing in your knowledge and you have the best support and a proven system, not just the product. No, we still have to invest in our product. Of course, we have, to. But those are just a small amount of investments. It's not a huge one that we have to do when we do a franchise business. Like when you franchise one of those cafe, you have to invest $1 million or maybe a $50,000. So it's up to you. But the most important thing here, we are going to you can access the training and the education that we have in this business. Thank you so much for me. I'm getting all your time. The next speaker is Nanette.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, wherever you are in this part of the world. I'm
Yes.
Nanette from Canada, Vancouver, Canada. So my what I call this my subtopic for tonight is the cost of staying the same. So the Gifty and Gilma have discussed why do we really need to invest to start. Now, what I want to discuss with you is the cost of staying exactly where you are right now. So most people focus on, what they might lose if they start. They think about the money, the time, the effort, and the possibility that things might not work out. And that's exactly the same that I had in my mind prior to starting this business. But very few people, stop and ask themselves a different question. What happens if nothing changes? What happens if you stay the same wherever you are right now? So think about of your life, a year from now. If you keep doing exactly what you're doing today, doing your 9 to 5 job, or will you be closer to your goals? Will your 9 to 5 job income will be sufficient, to reach your dream in your life? Will your income be different? Will your confidence be higher? Or will you have more freedom and options to choose to? So think about 3 years from now or 5 years from now. The reality is that staying the same has a cost too. In fact, sometimes it's more expensive choice that we can make because every year we wait, opportunities pass by. The business idea that we never started, the lessons or skills that we could have learned if we started this business, or the investment that we never made, the connections we never built with this community, this great community that we have right now. And often the reason isn't lack of ability, but rather it's fear. Fear of making the wrong decisions, fear of losing money, fear of failing, and fear of what other people might think about you, okay, in the same manner that people might think about us when we started this business. But rather, here's something that I've learned. Waiting for the perfect time usually means waiting forever. There will always be a reason for delay. I'll start when I have more money. I'll start when I have more time. And I'll start when I feel more confident. The problem is confidence rarely comes before action. Confidence comes because of action. Now, when will you challenge yourself? When will be uh, the time that you will have the confidence and be brave enough to accept challenges? Remember that the people who grow aren't the ones who have figured everything from the very start. They are the ones who are willing to take the first step while they're still learning. And that doesn't mean being reckless. It means being willing to invest yourself, your knowledge, your skills, and your future for something bigger, for something that will improve your life. And every successful person has made investment before they saw the results. They invested time before they gained experience. They invested effort before they gained confidence. They invested resources before they saw rewards. So growth requires movement. Movement requires decision. So if you're asking yourself, do I really need to invest to start? Definitely yes. And of course, the better question is, what is costing me for not starting? So the bigger picture here is what will happen to you if you don't take the biggest risk by not taking action. Sometimes the bigger risk is spending the next 1, 3, or more years where you are today. So just don't think about the cost of the investment of starting up, but rather think the cost of staying the same. And because sometimes the bigger cost of all is not starting at all. So the biggest uh, goal here is for you to be able to start and to challenge yourself, to take the big risk for a better future, for a better dreams in your life. So that's it uh, for me. And thank you for listening. And I would like to give the next opportunity to share her insights about the business to Joy of. USA.
Thank you very much, Sis Nanette. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joy. I am from Texas, USA. And my subtopic for tonight is, can you start and learn? Start small and learn as you go. Okay, so our biggest question is, do I really need to invest to start this business? Our all answer is definitely a yes. But the good news is, not all kinds of investment is in financial terms. So you can also invest in your willingness to learn, your commitment to show up consistently, and your desire to create a better future. So many people think they have to figure everything out once before they begin. No, it doesn't happen that way. They believe they need to be an expert instantly in technology, marketing, sales, or business. But that's simply not true. Most successful business owners started exactly where we all are when we are beginning, as beginners, okay? So when I started my journey, I certainly didn't know anything about the business. I was learning new skills, making mistakes, asking questions, and then grow along the way. So that's how learning works. You don't learn everything first and then um, action. You take action, and through that action, you learn. Okay, so think about, when you are learning how to drive a car, you don't study every road in America before getting behind the wheel. You learn the basic, start driving, and gain confidence with experience. So building a business is very similar. Okay. The key is to start where you are with what you have. Focus on taking one step at a time. Learn one skill, implement it, and move to the next. Small, consistent actions create momentum, and momentum creates results. And remember, progress is always more important than perfection. If you wait until everything is perfect, you'll never get started. The people who succeed are often not the smarter or the most experienced, right? They are the ones willing to learn as they go. So you have to have an open mind and that willingness to learn. So if you're wondering whether you can start small and learn along the way, the answer is absolutely yes. Start where you are, use what you have, take the first step. Growth happens one step at a time. So the question now isn't whether you know enough today. The real question is, are you willing to learn and grow into the person who can achieve the goals you're dreaming about? So I'm asking everyone, are you ready to learn and grow with us? Okay, so if you are interested to know how we are doing this business, just contact everybody, any of us, and we are all willing to help you. So that's my part, and I'm giving the microphone now to Sis Benita.
All right, thank you very much, Sis Joyce. That was great answer. That most of you have all the insight I'm talking about. Then the question that I got in my subtopic: how do I know if it's really worth the investment? That's a smart question. In fact, asking before questions before making a decision is one of the most best things you can do. Okay? Research before making decision. Many people make decision based on emotions, hype, or pressure from others. But wise people take time to learn first before investing in anything. Read before information carefully. Attend presentations or webinars. That's why we have our free webinars that you guys can hop in anytime if you are willing to learn. Listen to real people, like us who had been to the business, our experience, we're sharing our experiences. Okay, compare different options. Ask yourself if it solves a, a problem you currently have. Think about this way. When buying a house, a car, or even a cell phone, we research first, right? We should investing in ourselves be in any different. Okay, the lesson here is knowledge reduces fear and helps us make better decisions. Right. So another thing, ask questions and understand what you're getting. Never be afraid to ask questions. Like a genuine opportunity should welcome question. Ask things like what exactly I am getting and what support is available. What skills will I learn? How much time is required? What happened after I join? Remember, the goal isn't just to know the price. The goal is to understand the value, right? So sometimes people focus on what's something cost, but successful people often ask, what can this help me becoming who you are, right? And also look at the training. You really we encourage you guys to look at the training support and community, because many people didn't fail because they aren't capable. They struggle because they are trying to do everything alone. And in our community, we have a great community that you can join. So one of the biggest things to look for is support. All right. So, and then you ask yourself, is this, is there training for beginners? Okay. All these things are, we have. Because is there mentorship? And that we have. Is there a community I can learn from? Yes, we have. Can I have question when I get stuck? Yes, you have. A good support system can save months or even years of frustration. So the right environment helps ordinary people achieve extraordinary thing. Okay, that's, and then one thing you ask, does it align with your goals and lifestyle? Because
Mhm.
not every opportunity is right for every person. Remember that. Ask yourself, does it fit my current season of life? Does it work around my family commitment? Does it match my values? Can I realistically commit the time needed? Does it move me closer the life I want? So, yes, this question is where where this community you can find it all here. So the best investment isn't always the most popular one. It's the one that fits you. All right. So consider the cost of doing nothing. Just like as Sis Naini is mentioning, sometimes we only think about the cost of starting, right? But what about the cost of staying exactly where you are? What will look what will life look like 1 year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now? If nothing changes, will you be happy with that result? Right? So sometimes the biggest risk isn't trying something new. Sometimes the biggest risk is never trying at all. All right. So the right investment isn't just about making money. It's about growth, it's about earning new skills, it's about becoming more confident, it's about opening doors that may not have been available before. When you invest in yourself, your knowledge, and your personal development, nobody can take that away from
No.
you. Okay, because the best investment you can ever make is often one that helps you become a better version of yourself. So if you ever wondered whether a new opportunity is worth exploring, start by asking questions, doing your research, and looking at the value it can bring to your life. Information creates clarity, and clarity leads to confidence. Your future is built by the decision you make today. Take time to learn, grow, and trust God's guidance every step of the way. And that's all for me. And back to you, Sis Gifty.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was powerful. And viewers, we are here. We will see you again next week. And if anybody has any question also, don't hesitate to put in any of our chats. We'll be more than glad to come here and answer it for you. Because we want you to get clarity, as my co-business partners have said. We want you to get clarity, do your due diligence, so that when you are coming on board, it is like, oh, nobody told me this, nobody told me this. So of course, we will answer the most hard and frequent questions. But however, if you have any other question, do not hesitate. Reach out to any of us. We'll be more than glad to answer. And we will see you next week. So if anybody wants to say something about uh, call to action, Gilma, you have something to say? Okay.
I
How
put
about
up.
Annette?
Yeah, there is one thing in the comment section. You can reach us through
Oh,
our websites.
okay. How about Annette?
All right. You can, Naini, Sis Naini.
You can unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, I would just like to invite everyone to take uh, a bigger risk for yourself and for your family, and you will. I mean, this will be your start for a new life or a change of life for the better. So I'm inviting everyone uh, if you're willing to to start and join us in this business, you're very much welcome, and you can just get in touch with any of us.
Thank you.
Thank
Joy?
Okay, so just remember, excuse me, nothing changes if nothing changes. If you're unhappy for where you are right now, you have to do something. And if you're thinking about how digital business can work for you too, just reach out to any of us and we will help you. We are just right here. Thank you.
Welcome. Benita?
Okay. So, this business, um, if you are coachable and willing to learn, this is for you. So ask more questions, and we'll see you next week. And that's all from me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thank you for all your time. See, as busy moms, busy parents, busy professionals, they are still making time to create something that nobody can take it away from us. And that is so awesome. So, if we can go out there and work for others, we can also create the same time for us to something that we are building and nobody can take it away from us. Something that even when we can show up, it is showing up every single day. Something that you can do it at the comfort of your home. It is flexible. It is global. This business has no location, so you can do this business any part of the world, provided you have your laptop, your email, and your funnel. You have everything online. All you need is your phone and the ability and the willingness to show up every single day. Small steps every single day. You can do this business. I hope we have encouraged you so much. We have motivated you so much. If there is anybody out there you are skeptical, whatever that is holding you back, like we said, think about the next few years in your life, where you want to be. just jump on board. We have all those supportive systems available to help you succeed. The only thing you need is the willingness to be coachable, to be mentored, and the willingness to show up and learn. So we will see you with another hard question next week. Have a blessed evening. Thank you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you for watching,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.